Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a few reactions of all the videos that I pretty much compilated. I posted a lot of these videos on, if not all, on my social media. Please make sure to follow me because I share a lot of really important information on my Instagram, X, TikTok, all these channels, but definitely my Instagram because that's where you can find all my other channels. And Instagram and X, I share a lot of information. Definitely some information that I share on X I don't always share on Instagram, so you do want to follow me on both. But today we're just gonna react to the videos of this of the leftist media, how they are so shocked, they can't believe. How is it possible that, we did everything in our power to manipulate all these people and we still, they still didn't believe us? What? I mean, I am shocked that a lot of people still believe them. I'm amazed how dumb people can be. And it's just because they're so obvious. They're so cynical about it, so obvious about it. And they shameless. And they just know people are not going to do any research, and they just show how much all these celebrities being paid. If you have to get paid to endorse someone, let me tell you something, you really don't want to endorse them. That's all I have to say. If I have to get paid to do something, it's because I wouldn't otherwise do it for free. We all have dreams of helping other people. We all have dreams of helping the most needed. That was one of my biggest accomplishments when I was little. But you have to find a way to do that the right way. You have to figure out how to really help people. Because one thing I learned, because I always thought when I was little, oh, I'm gonna have a lot of money, and when I'm rich, I'm gonna donate most of my money to the poor. Because I don't need that much money. Rich people have too much money. I've been thinking rich people just have a bunch of money just sitting on their bank account. That's ignorant me, little child me, right? But now that I know a little bit about finances and economy, I know that it doesn't really work that way. Also, yeah, there is really people who want to have extremely luxury, over the top kind of lifestyles. And you know what? If they have the money to afford it, that's okay. That's fine. They can do with their money whatever they want. Because let me tell you something. Rich people spending money on stupid, luxurious, over-the-top, ridiculous lifestyles, it's a good thing because that creates, they are spending their money on other businesses. You have the right to start a new business, doing charcuterie boards for rich parties or whatever the hell, and these rich people spending stupid money on something they could do themselves, but they're spending it on your business. So they're creating businesses, and by making your business booming, then you can hire more people, and that's how economy gets created. People spending money on stupid shit, it's a good thing. What's not a good thing is people giving away their money just for free to people just because they're poor. Because guess what? When you give a free fish to a person or a family, you feed a person for a day. But when you when you teach people how to fish, or you pay them to fish for you, you feed a family for life. You invest on this family, you give people a source of income. Because you can't just be giving all your money away. Rich people don't just make money forever. Most rich, people who are stupidly rich that don't even have to work at the end of their life, they didn't want to, for example, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, those kind of people. Yeah, those are literally the 1% of the fucking world's population. Those people don't really, it's almost like they didn't really exist in a way, because it's kind of those really rare cases where they have multi-billion-dollar companies and they just keep generating income. But most rich people, or what we consider the higher percentile people that are wealthier, that they created some kind of a sustainable wealth, those people are not that many. And most of the time, people to get to be to that level, you have to work for many years. So you have to go through many years of sacrifice, struggle, like I did, sacrifice, struggle, you know, not spending on this, not spending on that, until you finally get to your wealthy time. So by the time you make it, most people are maybe have a few really good years, and then that money you have to be very careful with your money, because you say, okay, have really good years, but what if I have a bad year? And also, like, I want to have enough money for the future, for my retirement. Sometimes people make really good money, and like nobody makes $1 million. Let's be honest. But I don't know. Let's say they make 400,000. Consider rich 400,000. That they make that amount of money for like maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years. But then after that, first of all, $400 in 10 years from now, it ain't gonna be what it's $400 today. Just so we know. And then after that, they're gonna be making maybe less money, and their lifestyle is still gonna be the same, maybe more because of inflation. So people don't make the same amount of money forever. People are not necessarily rich forever. So taking away money, like if I was to be like, oh, I had a really good year this year, I'm just gonna give half of it, like I promised when I was like 5 years old, I'm gonna give half of my money to all the poor. What's what happened? I'm gonna give $1 million to 1 million people, and these people are gonna buy a couple things for eat, and then the next day they're gonna be hungry again, and I'm gonna be broke because I gave all my money that could have been my savings for my retirement. It's way better than you just like spend all your money as much as possible, support as many businesses as possible, than you literally just giving up free money. The worst thing you can do to help poverty is give up free money. That is the worst. That only makes poverty worse, like way worse, trust me. Like I used to think the other way around, but now, which goes back to this very famous saying, right? When you tax the people that work to give to people that don't, you're going to have more people that don't want to work. That is the end. That is basically it, you know? The incentive, whatever gets incentivized, it's what's gonna be booming. If you incentivize not working, there's gonna be a lot more people not wanting to work. If you incentivize working, or working harder, or becoming better at what you do, or obtaining better skills, you're gonna get more people searching for better skills, because that's where the money is at, and not working is not. So the second you cut off people, be like, I'm sorry, no work, no money, you're gonna have less people that don't work. That is it. I don't know how these liberals just don't get it, dude. Like it just takes not being a child to understand this basic, very basic economics 101, very basic knowledge of how money works. But let's just see these very, very famous and rich celebrities talk about how they think economy works.
Your pocketbook's bad, not because the Bidens did anything, not because the economy is bad.
Oh, really?
Your grocery bills are what they are, is because the folks that own the groceries are pigs.
Yeah. But no one articulated that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that let's talk about the reasons why gas is high, not because the Bidens didn't try to help, but because the folks who control that decided, I want more money. But see, you said a great thing, and I want to
so pretty much people from supermarkets had like a secret meeting, all of them together, you know, competitors and all that, you know, they were like, hey, you know, I know we're supposed to compete with each other, but how about instead of competing with each other, how about we all unify and we just raise it, you know, all the food very, very high, so that people can barely afford it, and we can make a lot more money that way, because that is how economy works. That is exactly how business works. Just ranking up the prices, and people are just gonna buy it anyways. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, sure. Because there's not gonna be a competitor who's not gonna be on our side. There's not gonna be someone who's gonna say, hey, you know what? You guys are overcharging, so I'm gonna go ahead and undercharge on this side. No, nobody. That never happens. That never happens in a capitalistic country. But that's why you gotta learn a difference between socialism and capitalism.
So this is part 2 of my favorite liberal meltdowns.
Knowing that I woke up, bitch, it's not about a fucking bug.
It's not about a bug?
Right now. Knowing that I went to bed, that fucking man was ahead a little bit, but waking up,
he was ahead a lot.
Man, literally, you're You're 4 points
Come on.
a fucking way. Not only shows me how racist.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Hello, wake up, you black. You're aware of that. It not only shows me how racist this country is. Misogynistic. Y'all.
People live under this fucking annoying inferior complex.
We're at the point where
so sad.
I'm convinced. Y'all do not want to get hit. Y'all had y'all glory
I have
fucking
never
days
felt inferior to
in the
anyone else.
back.
Even on the
Y'all
times
hate-
where I used to get the most bullied. You have no idea the kind of life I had. I had a really, really sad life. Growing up, I went through this very sad depression. I had a lot of injustices being done to me, and then there was a time where I even ended up being homeless. I got mistreated by every single guy I met. I was nothing but nice to them, and they were all jerks. I used to fall for every single jerk. I don't know why. Just every guy that I would end up like falling for was a complete jerk, but they were all trash people. I realized I was hanging out with the wrong crowd because I was a low part of my life and I felt little of myself. I felt I didn't value myself to, focus on what mattered and hang out with better kind of people. But even then, like, I wouldn't go around being all like, people don't like me because I'm brown and they didn't give me that job because I'm Latina and people are so racist. Everyone is wrong and racist, and I'm just this perfect innocent person that gets abused all the time. That is such a I shake off the dirt off me, got up, and just try to be better every single day. Like I don't understand how can people live under this sad inferior complex. And I look back into photos and I was like, you know what? I was way better looking than I actually gave myself credit for at the time. I think every girl feels that way. But yeah, I would feel like man, I was not bad looking at all. Why did I feel so? I was not bad looking. I was a kind, nice, charming person. I mean, I had my flaws like everyone, but like I could have given myself way more credit and I didn't. But I never, ever had this kind of like inferiority complex towards other people. This is insane. Like, especially other races. Like, this is so pathetic.
Y'all glory fucking days in the back. Y'all hate to see a black, a Latino, anybody that's an LGBTQ plus, a woman being happy doing shit on her fucking own.
What the fuck does that even mean?
And seeing it being that close, and I'm seeing comments where people are like, I'm in another country, I don't know how this is happening. Wake up!
Oh, I know she hurt her hand.
Fucking America.
That hurt my hand.
And every fucking body, any person.
She got a good poker face though. So I know that shit's stinging.
Voted for him. I'm not even gonna say what my thoughts is, but trust I will be acting on my thoughts.
What does that mean?
And I know I might lose some brand deals for what I'm about to say. But every black person that I've ever seen that said I'm for Trump in this current state,
Yeah.
every Latino, every non-white male, let's keep it what it is. I pray to God these repercussions hit y'all not only first, but harder. Because then
She wants you to have more money in your pocket faster and harder.
that half America has been talking about this the whole election.
Yeah.
Since they gonna take away our rights, take away their rights too. They can't hit a raw no more, baby. That's not that girl, baby. If Kamala Harris was a boy.
So I don't know if you caught that, but she just said, if they take away our rights, we're going to take away their rights. You can't hit it raw no more. Sweetheart, I think that we might have just sort of honed in on the central issue here. It seems to me that you are allowing men to hit it raw and then using abortion as birth control. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but there are much better, easier options available, such as investing $5 in a pack of condoms, trying to procure some birth control,
They barely know what that are.
talking to your OBGYN about an IUD, or, if worse comes to worse, a dental dam. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. This is off the cuff.
Was a boy, she would have won.
No,
she wouldn't.
You're not educated,
Women that
bitch.
bad.
We don't
It's
want
the simple fact that people are just
socialism.
not
Democrats are
educated.
socialists.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
Y'all let a felon. She was gonna be the most qualified president. She worked in all three branches in the fucking government, and y'all let a felon with no experience win.
No
We're
experience.
so
And y'all talking
dumb.
about he gonna have to go. All of his businesses
Not all
went
his
bankrupt.
No, they didn't.
They went
And
bankrupt.
filing for Chapter 11 doesn't mean that you
Just think
fail.
y'all are what is
Businesses
going
fail
on?
sometimes. That's just
When they don't
part
let
of life.
minorities or black people
Yes.
in certain restaurants, don't
There's
say
a
nothing.
difference between having a
When taxes
business
off
and
the
having
roof, don't
a
say
job.
nothing. When your child get pregnant, she cannot abort that baby, don't say nothing. When your child cannot afford college,
Don't
don't
say
say nothing. Don't say.
Don't say nothing. That's a double negative. So you're telling me to say something? I'm just asking.
Knowing that I was born with more rights than I have now is a pretty crazy feeling. Knowing that what we're about to go through means the
Bitch, what? Why
possibility
you don't
of me
have?
losing more of my rights and that being a real threat is
I mean, this
insane.
sounds stupid, but just
Yeah.
being white alone, you have way too many privileges. People, especially men,
If you weren't scared
have a
this
thing for
election,
pretty blonde girls. Like, come on.
you have so
Oh,
much
God,
privilege.
here comes the trans people.
Like what?
All the rights. I say trans men. I'm terrified that I'm going
Like what?
to happen. It's going to happen to me, my husband, and other millions.
Literally nothing.
For the next 4 years. So let me get something straight. So this person, it's
Same
A
way you did the
trans
first 4
man.
years.
that is married to another man. Like, dude, bro, what? These people are mental. Like, for sure, they're getting all their surgeries, all their treatment done through our tax-paying dollars. Well, I have to save money to get myself a facelift in a few years. You get to get your whole medical, body dysphoria being paid for. Then I'm gonna say I have body dysphoria. I don't want to go. I deserve to get a facelift. Before my face starts to sag. Like, that should be something that people should be paid for, because, who wants this, beautiful face being ruined by age? I know, ew, that is horrible. That is taking away my rights. I have the right to be beautiful and young forever. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? I have these rights. Okay, so I'm gonna fight for this new law that all women should get paid, especially Latina women, because, we suffer the most. From machismo. So we need to get our facelift paid by the government, because the government has magic money that just appears like they just make it appear like that. Yes.
I can't.
If you voted for Trump and you're a person of color, you voted against your own people. So no matter what financial gain
That's kind of
you
racist.
may think you're gonna get,
People are so
your life is at
full
risk.
of their own.
So I think at this
stupidity.
point,
No.
women need to
Like,
start
what do you
putting
think
cash
your
away.
color and your race
I
matters
truly
all
believe
that
that
much?
The Handmaid's
It
Tale is
doesn't.
a great
Oh,
warning
Jesus Christ.
of what's to come.
Lady.
And you see how they cut their credit cards off, cut off their access
You
to money,
need to
banking
get off of
information,
Netflix.
any property. Get yours and your kids' passports in order. As women, we only have each other, and we don't even have all the women.
No, we
So
do not.
start taking care of yourself. Maybe start considering a contingency plan, because
I got
all
my
of us
husband,
that voted
thank you.
blue have a true concern for all the women and girls in our lives. And we're on our own.
Oh my God. It's okay. It's all right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
People recording
Okay.
themselves.
So that was part 2. Stay tuned for 3.
I want people to feel sorry for me. Maybe they will reverse the election, because I just wanted to live for forever. And now I'm not gonna get free abortion. Now I have to have this baby if I change my mind when he's 6 months old. It's not fair. It's not fair. These people are mental. This is the people that you are voting for. I'm sorry, but I think that I'm talking to level-headed people here. I don't care what race you are and what you've been told. You need to study. You need to research. You need to look into politics and foreign economy, or just the country's economy alone. Just focus on the U.S. economy for the love of God. Look at the difference between socialism and capitalism. Socialism is death, is killing innovation, killing competition, killing people's will to want to do better. And capitalism is literally the opportunity. Those who work hard and come up with better, newer ideas can get ahead. And at the very least, if you work really hard, you'll be fine. And those who don't work are not fine. That's pretty much the worst thing of capitalism. Capitalism get really greedy and find ways to loopholes. Yeah, that could totally happen. But that's why it's up to you to work for these greedy companies, or say, you know what, I don't want to work for these greedy companies anymore. I want to take a risk. I want to take a risk like all these companies do. I'm going to take a risk and start my own product, my own business. I want to start doing something better and more competitive, or more fair, or something that will be more ethical, a more ethical business that I'm going to compete with, just how I did with my small cleaning business. So there are always ways to get ahead. Stop expecting the government to solve your problems. You already live in an amazing country. You have no idea how amazing this country is. Like, insanely amazing. You just need to get your head out of your ass and work harder. Work better. Figure it out. When life gives you lemons, make a fucking lemonade. Figure out a way to make the best out of a hard situation, because that is what life is all about. And that is what you need to teach your children. So your children are not entitled little shits like these people making stupid videos that do absolutely no good for anyone on social media. It's embarrassing. I wonder what if people in the future are not more retarded than they are right now. Like in this movie called Idiocracy. If you haven't seen it, you better see it. It's that movie that's literally predicting. It was made in early 2000s or the 90s or something, and it's literally predicting what is happening right now. So, and if people are not more retarded in the future, they're gonna look back to these videos, and because I know people in the past have seen these videos, they will be like, "What the fuck has gone to the future people?" So people looking back, I hope one day we can look back at this and laugh. But this is cringe to an absolute maximum level. This is insane how ridiculous the new generations have gone, and how radical liberal people have gone. This is insane. And finally, I'm going to put you guys, I'm going to react to one final video about Nancy Pelosi, who's a total tyrant. She's been the one who's been doing a lot of shady things and controlling, and made Trump's presidency so extremely hard to work things better, to do more progress while he was president, because she's a tyrant, crazy lunatic that has been the ones to turn the entire country into socialist. And she's a radical feminist. She is so greedy, money hungry. She just does whatever her bosses want her to do, which is, pretty much put whatever she feels like it and move all the puzzles into government to make sure that the U.S. turns into a communist country. She is one of the main responsible people. She's a total tyrant, a witch. She's a horrible person. It's like 80-something years old. This lady needs to retire. I hope she dies soon.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been iced out by some top Dems. On the podcast Politics Weekly America, Pelosi said some of President Biden's allies haven't forgiven her for orchestrating the effort, some call it a silent coup, that pushed him to drop out of the race. Let's listen.
There may be some people around him who have forgiven me for my role, but in any event, we just have to win the election. That's really my focus.
She also said this about former President Trump's chances of winning the election.
Elections are decisions. You decide to win. I decided a while ago that Donald Trump will never set foot in the White House again as President of the United States.
You decided, Nancy?
Capacity.
When asked if she felt Biden couldn't win, Pelosi said, I thought his campaign that they were on couldn't win.
The most important decision of all is the candidate and the campaign of that candidate.
And you just felt he couldn't win.
I thought the campaign that they were on couldn't win. He might win, but they had to change what was happening.
The question now, of course, is can Kamala Harris win? Robbie?
She certainly can win. Will she win is really the main question. And I think Nancy Pelosi's certainty that Trump is not going to prevail is totally, out of step with where the polls and the betting markets are. But that's her prerogative. She sounds honestly a little proud of herself or her role or her power in being a key player in orchestrating Biden's exit. I don't think she regrets that at all. I think she thinks it's pretty cool that she has that level of influence.
You guys need to follow my social media because I share all this information there and sources and links to all this information and to show you how they want to turn the U.S. into there are already a tyrant government. The Democrats, or the part that they rule, they are tyrants and they are dictators and they're manipulators and they are not for the people. No, Nancy Pelosi, you don't get to decide who gets to win. The people decides who gets to win. We the people decide who we want to be in charge and to rule our country. We the people are done with the Democratic Party. We the people are getting smart, and we do not want a socialist country, let alone a communist country, which is what you guys are already doing. A absolute control of everything, a absolute censoring of everything, all these wars. You guys are mental. You guys are psychopaths. You guys need to get out of power, out of our government. All of you need to leave. You guys are delusional, deranged. What happened to all those children? Why are so many people saying that you guys have everything to do with this sex slavery, this children slavery? What is going on with these children? Why you want to indoctrinate all these children? What the hell is going on? Please, people, wake up. We the people get to decide. We decide who we want to work for us. The government works for us, not the other way around. Don't forget that. If you have any questions or anything you want to add, please follow me and make sure to put it on the comments. I love reading the comments, but I very appreciate all the support and the help to grow so we spread more awareness. And if you're a Latina like me, please know that there's so much, the media lies. The media, most of it, 90% of it, leftist, is lying and is trying to manipulate you. There's a really good film called La Dictadura Perfecta. It's called The Perfect Dictatorship. I think you can find it on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. But just look it up online. Also maybe YouTube and stuff. It's a really good movie and it explains exactly how politics work and how they use and by all the medias, because they're all in this together. It's all in their best, money making scheme interest. So it's all a scam. It's always a scheme, and that's how you get to give the illusion of a democracy while being a real dictatorship. It's the perfect dictatorship, which is what a lot of these Latin countries are living under, and it's what a lot of our family members have escaped from, and which is what they want to turn this country into. So let's not let it. Let's be better. Let's be smarter. America is the land of the free and home to the brave, not the land of the censorship and home to the cowards. So on which side are you on? That's all you have to think about. See you guys in the next video.